Have you ever noticed how the hardest battles often land on the most gentle, faithful people? The ones who pray quietly, love deeply, and endure silently. It doesn't seem fair until you look a little closer. Today's story isn't loud or dramatic. It's about a quiet kind of faith, the kind that survives suffering without applause, and how that faith leads to unexpected grace when it matters most.
Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may see your own struggles in a completely new light. There's a common belief that if you're faithful, life should be easier. But history, scripture, and real life tell a different story. Those with strong hearts are often tested first, not because they are weak, but because they are capable. Strength, in a spiritual sense, isn't about muscle or confidence. It's about endurance, humility, and trust when answers don't come quickly. God doesn't test to break us. He tests to reveal what's already inside us. Silent suffering is one of the heaviest burdens a person can carry. When pain is unseen, it can feel ignored, even by God. But quiet faith doesn't mean weak faith. It means choosing to trust without demanding explanations. Many people suffer in ways no one notices: illness, loss, betrayal, unanswered prayers. Yet it's often in this silence that faith grows roots deep enough to survive any storm. Not all faith looks dramatic. Some faith whispers prayers at night when no one is listening. Some faith simply gets up the next morning despite heartbreak. The world celebrates loud victories, but heaven honors quiet obedience. A calm, steady trust during suffering is powerful because it says, "I believe, even when I don't understand." That kind of faith moves heaven in ways we may never immediately see. One of the hardest parts of suffering is the feeling that God is silent. But silence does not mean absence. Think of a seed buried in the ground. It looks lifeless, but growth is happening underneath. In seasons of pain, God often works behind the scenes, aligning people, timing, and circumstances. What feels like delay is often preparation for something greater than we imagined. Pain without purpose feels unbearable, but pain with purpose can transform us. Trials refine character, deepen compassion, and strengthen spiritual resilience. Many people look back and realize that the season they hated most shaped them the best. God uses suffering to strip away pride, false security, and fear, leaving behind a faith that cannot be shaken. Grace rarely arrives how or when we expect it. Sometimes it looks like peace instead of answers. Sometimes it comes through a stranger, an opportunity, or a sudden shift in perspective. Unexpected grace often appears after we've learned to trust without conditions. It's not a reward for suffering. It's a reminder that God never wasted a single tear. Throughout Scripture, we see people who endured quietly before experiencing grace. Job lost everything, but never fully let go of God. Hannah prayed silently for a child and was eventually blessed beyond her prayers. Joseph endured betrayal and prison before stepping into purpose. Their stories remind us that God tests the strongest hearts first, not to harm them, but to prepare them. Quiet faith today might look like continuing to pray even when nothing changes. It might mean choosing forgiveness when anger feels justified. It could be holding on to hope while waiting for healing, provision, or direction. This kind of faith doesn't seek attention. It simply trusts that God sees, knows, and cares, even when the world doesn't. Your current struggle may feel like the end of the story, but it's often the beginning. Quiet faith turns pain into testimony, not by forcing positivity,
but by staying rooted in trust. One day, what you survived will become the proof someone else needs to keep going. God doesn't just bring you through trials, He uses them to bless others through you. If you're in a season of suffering right now, remember this: being tested doesn't mean you're forgotten, it often means you're trusted. Quiet faith during suffering leads to unexpected grace, sometimes slowly, sometimes suddenly, but always purposefully. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to like this video. Share your thoughts or your story in the comments. I read every one.
And if you want more inspirational faith stories like this, subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone who might need encouragement today. Your strength may be quieter than you think, but it's powerful.